to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And Howell will throw it. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. We're scoreless after 1.
No score.
Slot man moves right. Throwing again on 2nd down. Howell. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. Shreds him with a stiff arm. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Another throw for Howell. Touchdown! Irv Smith Jr., his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here this 2nd quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Touchdown, Rams. A big play there. 54 yards. And the Rams are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Howell, this one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now throwing on 1st down here. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 17-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
The slot man in motion right. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. 1st down, Howell to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. Howell out of the shotgun. Flush to his right. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Howell looking to throw again. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
2nd and 5. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's taken it around the 40. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And we'll get our first update of the afternoon for the Meadowlands. The gap's getting wider there. The Saints have scored again. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. On the move past the 40. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing here, Howell. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So, Charles, you look at this offense, so what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0. Then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. That is caught at the 7. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. On 2nd and inches, Powell. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They got 29 yards that time.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
And he'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll work down inside the 45. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
From the 44, Powell flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Powell throwing on 3rd down here. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Pulls it in at the 13.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do. I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a three-possession game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw here. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain, or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
They'll look to throw again. That's caught by his tight end, Kylen Granson. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. Hands it off out of the gun. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll drop to throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll set up a throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
With his height, that's exactly where you want to put it for him. But even that throw was a little tall to connect for the touchdown.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Rams are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. On first down, Howell. And he slings one that's incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. The tight end in motion right. On 2nd and 10, Howell. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pick up there at 20 yards. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the slot man goes in motion left. Howell's throw there taken in by Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion. It's Howell with another throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 29 yards. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14.
Makes the score Vikings 28.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Pulls it in at the 13.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding room at midfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 27 yards there, a first down. They're going to look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand the field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows that throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Back to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
The kick is good.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
Fair catch. Made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over first down 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Howell. This is Smith with a grab. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The slot man in motion right. So here we go, 4th down. Howell, complete. Jefferson the target. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. He's got Granson, his tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Back to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
To throw. And that is incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now the Rams have signaled for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level for both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid to take it risky, both of them aggressive, pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides. So for Minnesota, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birthed most of the chains in the game? No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies. Family. If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.